stop on this trip be a place called Streel. And it is at Streel that St. Patrick was supposed to have come ashore to Ireland. And there is a huge monument at Streel built to St. Patrick. Huge statue on the hill. So we will visit there. And see what we can learn at Streel. Yeah, this is a place, you know, I've been living in Northern Ireland all my life. And I've never ever actually visited this place, but there are some lovely roads around here to ride, and it makes it more special when you're doing it on a motorbike, because you tend to miss a lot of this stuff when you're driving by car. It's a beautiful part of the country around here. So down this road here is Streel Church, again dedicated to St. Patrick. Absolutely beautiful, stunning. Wow. Wow. So this is Streel Church. Stunning. Another one of those hidden gems. Just nestled in the middle of the countryside. Literally in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful. That was Streel Church, dedicated to St. Patrick. Now we're on our way into Streel. standing almost at the crest of Streel Patrick, where the tallest statue to St Patrick is built, overlooking Strangford Loch. What beautiful views. Overlooking the loch. Around me here, and believe me, it is some walk up this hill. Not all the way up the hill are crucifixes. We'll come here to do the Stations of the Cross, all the way from bottom to top, and that is some penance, believe me. I've just walked it. I'm looking forward to the walk down. I'm going to carry on to the top, to the crest of the hill, and there we'll see the statue of St Patrick, and we'll put the drone up and show some of the beautiful views here at the top of Streel Patrick, over down Patrick, all the way to the Mourns and over Strangford Loch. Beautiful place. The robes of the statue carved is that of the robes of the Archbishop of Armagh, but so as not to annoy the mix of Catholic and Protestant. The face of the statue is actually carved in the face of the Archbishop, the Protestant Archbishop of Armagh. So we have a statue here of St Patrick's with the robes, with that of the Roman Catholic Archbishop, the face of the Protestant Archbishop of Armagh. So we're here with Jerry Hanvey, who's the caretaker of the St Patrick statue, the monument. He looks after the grounds here, and he's just after showing me something here that's extremely wonderful here. And do you want to tell us a bit about this?
The last action in Spain cut the sword on the 17th of March 1932.
17th of March?
17th of March, Patrick's Day.
1932?
Yeah.
And this cut the first sword for the monument up above?
Yes, that cut the first sword for the monument up above. And the monument wasn't completed then until 1938.
First mass was said in 1838. Do you know, I noticed on the way up there, the Stations of the Cross.
Yes.
Is that something that happens on a regular basis?
Yes. 3 o'clock on Good Friday.
3 o'clock on Good Friday they do the Stations of the Cross?
Yes.
Well, that's a penance. I just walked up that hill, and if they're doing them on the way up, that's a penance and a half. So there you are, folks. This is the spade that cut the first sword of St Patrick's monument, the tallest statue to St Patrick in the world. Thanks very much, John. 40 foot? Wow. Wow. You know, this is a trip that I've been planning to do for some time. It's only now really I'm getting the opportunity to do it. You know, as I said before, little is known about St. Patrick in Ireland, other than the fact that he's the patron saint of Ireland. But little is known about him, other than the stories and fables and legends that have been passed down throughout the centuries. There is in fact in Ireland a pilgrimage called St. Patrick's Way, which leads from Armagh Cathedral all the way through Newry, Kilkeel, or Newry Rostrevor, Kilkeel, Newcastle, and of course finishing up in County Down in Downpatrick. And pilgrims walk this pilgrimage every year in honour of St. Patrick. So it would be interesting in visiting these places today to find out, is there any truth behind these stories and the legends? And hopefully these places that we visit today will maybe give some of those answers. So the halfway point now to Streel Wells. And Streel Wells in itself plays a large part in the history of St. Patrick. So we'll catch you when we get there. And up ahead, you can see the towers up ahead. We joke with my granddaughter every time we see that. We say, I see Batman. This is Downpatrick we're coming into now, which is the burial place of St. Patrick. Patrick, of course, is buried in Downpatrick Cathedral. And we give that a little visit later on in the trip. So this is Downpatrick we're coming into. You know, County Down holds an awful lot of history, and for someone like myself who absolutely loves history, there's a wealth of knowledge to be learned here. Not a huge town, it's a very quaint little town. So if you ever come into Northern Ireland, do pay Downpatrick a visit. I think you'll like it. And of course it's not that far from the mountains of Mourne. So here we are, we're half a mile from Streel Wells. In the heart of County Down. Often revered as a very holy place here in Northern Ireland, and still to this day people come here to visit the holy waters of Streel Wells. For cures for various illnesses. Very remote part of the country. So this is us. This is the run up to Streel Wells, and this is it over here on my left hand side. And so this behind me is the chapel at Streel that is dedicated to St. Patrick. Streel once was a pagan place of worship, and legend has it that St. Patrick came here after his arrival in Ireland at Saul, and he blessed the four wells. Here, St. Patrick would have carried out things such as baptisms, and it is rumoured that he used to dance in the waters behind the chapel, in the valley behind the chapel, and sang psalms. And somewhere up over this direction here, there is a chair, and they call it St. Patrick's chair. But apparently throughout the years this chair was demolished, it was wrecked. But people still come here on pilgrimages, and they say prayers as they circle the rocks where the chair reportedly was, and they worship here, and they still come here to this day hoping to bathe in the waters and hoping for a miracle. This is one of the wells at Streel Wells. A funny story about this one. A number of years ago when I came here to visit with my grandchildren, normally there would be water at the bottom of this well, and people would come here and they would hope for a miracle. And on the day that I came here, I dipped my hands in the water and I drank some of the water. And it was only afterwards, when I was talking to a gentleman who's local to the area, he informed me actually that this well here, people would come and they would bathe their feet in it. Well, the look on my face after drinking the water with God knows how many feet were in this well. So whether the legend is true or whether it works or not, well, that's a matter of opinion, but yeah, this is one of the wells and people would flock here and hope for miracles. So this building behind me here would have been known as the bathhouse at Streel Wells, and as you can see, it's actually broken into two sections. This lower section here would have been the ladies' bathhouse, and this section here would have been the men's bathhouse. So an awful lot of history has gone around this place, and it is one of those lesser known places in Northern Ireland. And it is really a surprise why there aren't more people that actually come and visit here. It is a beautiful place to come and see, at least once. So here we are at Inch Abbey, as you can see behind me here, and Inch Abbey was originally the site of a church called Inishconcree, and it was taken over by a Norman knight, John de Courcy, and his wife, and here he built a Cistercian abbey, and he populated it with monks. And it was here that he had requested that the monks rewrite the stories of St. Patrick, and it's quite possible that it was here at Inch Abbey that the legend of St. Patrick banishing the snakes from Ireland was written. And so this area of the abbey would have been the bakehouse, as the Cistercian monks, bread would have been a staple part of their diet. So here they had their own bakehouse, and over here we have the infirmary. So the abbey in itself was pretty well thought out, and here in the background you can see the River Coyle and St. Patrick in the background. And here we have the main abbey. This area here of greenery, well, this area of greenery would have been the cloisters, which is where the monks would have came for a bit of quiet time. When I need quiet time, I just get on the motorbike. But yeah, this is where the monks would have came. So pretty well self-sustained community, and again played a very important part in the life of St. Patrick. are. We've arrived at Down Cathedral, and this is where St. Patrick is buried. So let's go and see what we can find. And so folks, here we have it, the end of the journey. This is the grave of St. Patrick. This is his final resting place. Now, many people believe that St. Patrick was born in Ireland, but he was actually born in England. And at the age of 16, he was captured and brought to Ireland as a slave, where he spent 6 years. And on escaping, he returned to England, where he had a vision that is said to have told him that an angel appeared to him and said to return to his people in Ireland. So St. Patrick is known for bringing Christianity to pagan Ireland. And there are many stories and fables, like the shamrock and the meaning of the shamrock. The 3 leaves. St. Patrick had used the clover, the shamrock, to show the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit. Then we have other stories, such as he banished the snakes from Ireland, where science proves that it's very, very unlikely that there were ever snakes in Ireland. But then it's those stories that keep the myths and the legends alive, so we're thankful for them. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and tune in next time for more hidden gems on Hog on the Isle. See you then. Bye.